buying a used car. The traps to avoid. Hey guys, are you thinking of buying a used car? It's a great way to save some cash, right? But hold on a minute. The used car market can be a bit of a jungle. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the most common mistakes buyers make and, more importantly, how to avoid them. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive right in together. Chapter 1. What is a used car? Before we get into the traps, let's start with the basics. What exactly a used car? Now, you might think this is obvious, but it actually has a legal definition. According to French law, a car is considered used when it's been registered for at least 6 months and has driven more than 6,000 kilometers. This definition is especially important for cars imported from other countries within the European Union, as it impacts the VAT rules. Now, in practice, a car is considered used as soon as it's been registered for the first time, even if it only has a few kilometers on the clock. So why buy a used car in the first place? Well, for starters, the price. Used cars are significantly cheaper than their brand new counterparts. You're basically letting someone else take the initial depreciation hit, which can be substantial, especially in the first few years of ownership. Another big advantage is immediate availability. No waiting for months for your new car to be built and shipped. But, and this is a big but, buying a used car does come with its fair share of risks. Chapter 2, trap number 1, a price that's too good to be true. Okay, so you're browsing online, maybe checking some classifieds, and you stumble upon an incredible deal. I mean, it's below market value for a seemingly perfect car. Alarm bells should be ringing in your head right now. As the old saying goes, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. A suspiciously low price is often a red flag, signaling potential problems lurking beneath the surface. So how can you protect yourself from this trap? Well, the first step is to do your homework. Before you even contact the seller, get a good understanding of the fair market value of the car you're interested in. A great way to do this is by checking the Argus price guide or similar tools available online. If the price you're seeing is significantly lower than the market average, it's time to proceed with extreme caution. There are a few reasons why a used car might be priced unusually low. Some common ones include undeclared damage or accidents, stolen vehicles being resold, or even odometer fraud. To avoid falling victim to these shady practices, always use official tools to verify the car's history. In France, we have HistoVec, a fantastic free platform provided by the government. If the seller is hesitant or refuses to provide you with a HistoVec report, that's a major red flag. Another important step is to have the car inspected by a trusted mechanic. This can reveal hidden issues that aren't immediately obvious. Additionally, reading reviews and checking the car's VIN number can provide more insights into its history and condition. By taking these precautions, you can avoid falling into the trap of a deal that's too good to be true and ensure you're making a wise investment. Chapter 3. Trap number 2, skipping the test drive. Alright, let's talk about test drives. This is one of the most important steps in the car buying process. This is a crucial step that many buyers, unfortunately, skip or rush through. They might be too excited or feel pressured by the salesperson. But trust me, taking the car for a proper spin can reveal a world of information about its true condition. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion. Think of it like a first date, but with a car. You need to get to know it, understand its quirks and features. You wouldn't just marry someone without getting to know them first, right? The same goes for a used car. It's a commitment. You need to spend some quality time behind the wheel to make sure it's the right fit for you. Adjust the seat, mirrors, and get comfortable. Now, what should you be paying attention to during your test drive? There are several key aspects to consider. Well, first and foremost, listen carefully to the engine. It should run smoothly without any odd noises. Are there any strange noises when you accelerate? Pay attention to how the car responds. Does it hesitate or sputter? Any unusual vibrations? These could be signs of underlying issues. Next, focus on the brakes. Do they feel responsive? Brakes are crucial for safety. Does the car brake smoothly without any vibrations or pulling to one side? This is important for your peace of mind. Braking issues can be a sign of worn-out pads, rotors, or even problems with the hydraulic system. These repairs can be costly. And while we're on the topic of feeling things out, don't forget about the clutch. It's essential for smooth driving. Is it easy to press or does it feel stiff or spongy? A problematic clutch can ruin your driving experience. A worn-out clutch can be a costly repair, so it's best to identify any issues early on. Don't overlook this step. The gearbox is another critical component to test. It should operate smoothly. Shift through all the gears, both up and down. Make sure there are no issues. Do the gear changes feel smooth and precise, or are they rough, clunky, or hesitant? Then there's the steering. It should be responsive. Drive in a straight line and see if the car pulls to one side. Proper alignment is crucial for safe driving. All right, we're moving on to another critical aspect of buying a used car, verifying the seller's identity. This step is often overlooked, but it can save you from a lot of trouble. You might be thinking, Doug, this seems a bit much, but trust me, it's crucial to protect yourself from potential scams and legal headaches down the road. The last thing you want is to be caught up in a situation where you lose both your money and the car. You see, buying a stolen car is easier than you might think. Scammers are getting more sophisticated, and without proper verification, you could easily fall victim to their tricks. And if you unknowingly purchase a stolen vehicle, you could lose both your money and the car when the authorities catch up. It's a nightmare scenario that no one wants to experience. So how can you avoid falling into this trap? The first rule of thumb is to always, and I mean always, check that the seller's name matches the name on the car's registration document, also known as the title. This simple step can save you from a lot of potential issues. If the names don't match, don't just take the seller's word for it. This is a red flag that should not be ignored. Ask questions and be wary of excuses like, oh, I'm selling the car for my grandmother, or I'm helping out a friend who's abroad. These stories might sound convincing, but they are often used by scammers to trick unsuspecting buyers. These are classic lines used by scammers, and it's best to err on the side of caution. Always verify the information provided and don't rush into a decision. And speaking of documentation, let's talk about the essential paperwork you should always request and carefully review before handing over any money. This is a crucial step in ensuring that the transaction is legitimate. First and foremost, you need the registration certificate or car title. This document proves ownership and is essential for a legal sale. Make sure it's the original and that the seller signs and crosses it out at the time of sale. This ensures that the title is transferred correctly and legally. Next, ask for a certificate of administrative status, also known as a non-pledge certificate. This document is crucial for confirming the car's financial status. This document, which needs to be less than 15 days old, confirms that there are no liens or outstanding loans on the car. It's a safeguard against buying a car with hidden financial issues. Don't forget to request the car's service history. This can provide valuable insights into the car's past. This should include invoices for any repairs or maintenance work that's been carried out. A detailed service history can reveal how well the car has been maintained and if there have been any recurring issues. A well-documented service history can give you valuable insights into how well the car has been maintained. It's a good indicator of the car's overall condition and reliability. Finally, always insist on a sales contract and not just a scribbled note on a napkin. A formal contract protects both parties and ensures that all terms of the sale are clearly outlined. All right, let's talk about money, specifically deposits. Now, it's not uncommon for sellers to ask for a deposit to hold the car for you, especially if it's a popular model or seems like a great deal. But hold on a minute before you whip out your checkbook or transfer any funds. Here's the thing about deposits. They're legally binding. Once you've paid a deposit, you're committing to purchasing the car, even if you later discover issues or have second thoughts. So how can you protect yourself from this trap? It's simple. Never, and I mean never, pay a deposit before you're 100% certain about buying the car. Think of it like this. The deposit is your bargaining chip. Once it's gone, so is your leverage. So, hold on to your money until you've gone through all the necessary steps. Only when you're completely comfortable with the car and the seller should you even consider handing over any money. All right, we've arrived at the final trap, and it's one that often catches buyers off guard: hidden costs. You see, the sticker price of a used car is just the tip of the iceberg. There are several additional expenses that can pop up and take a bite out of your budget if you're not prepared. One of the most significant hidden costs is registration fees. These vary depending on the car's age, engine size, and your location, so it's essential to factor them into your budget. Then there's insurance. Used cars are often cheaper to insure than brand new ones, but it's still an expense you need to account for. Get quotes from different insurance providers to compare prices and coverage options. And let's not forget about potential repairs. Even if the car seems to be in good condition, there's always a chance that something might need fixing soon after you buy it. This is especially true for older vehicles or those that haven't been meticulously maintained. Common repairs for used cars include things like changing tires, brakes, or even the battery. It's a good idea to set aside a buffer budget to cover these unexpected expenses. The key takeaway here is to be realistic about the total cost of ownership. So there you have it, the most common traps to avoid when buying a used car. We hope you found this guide helpful and informative. Remember, a bit of vigilance goes a long way in ensuring a smooth and enjoyable car buying experience. Always be thorough in your inspections. To sum up, beware of prices that are too low. They often signal hidden problems. Do your research and ask questions. Always test drive the car thoroughly to get a feel for its condition. This step is crucial. By following these tips, you'll greatly reduce the risks and ensure you get a reliable car you can enjoy for years to come. Happy car hunting!